Hello, Quadabble here. I'm on a main account, and today I thought I'd go over some difficult floors for me. And this is the highest I've ever gotten in the Doom Tower, and you can see I'm on floor 72 on the hard side. And if I go back, this is nice because it keeps track of what team you used. And this was a hard floor because this gentleman right here on the second floor or the second round of this battle, there's two of them, and you just have to be really careful about not hitting him until the end, because these two are healing him, and Sky Touch Shaman's in there the whole time. But as I was saying, if you go back to your best teams, you can see that this would be the team that I used before, and the reason this team worked is because there's no hits AoE. And what I want to do is, so you pull these champions out, and then you can look at your team, the best teams. Come on. And you can see that Iron Brago was my team leader, Astrolith. Who is that? That's a good question. So team leader was Iron Brago, which was earlier this year or late last year. This was a champion you could get through a fusion or fragment event. I think in January. And then I had this champion. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. And then this one, and then Roglin. And then I can double check real quick. And then what this also does, let's see, and then Madame Cirrus. So the one factor about this floor was this is one of the few floors that I had to manual. And I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I'll go ahead and pause it as I go through it. But I just want to show you. So this first floor, yeah, you can auto the first floor. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you get down to, I think that's the campaign for 12. I think that's the campaign boss. Campaign boss? Yeah. But so this floor was pretty difficult, but on the second round of this, if you hit that champion, what's going to end up happening is a secret skill is going to pop up, and then basically he's going to kill somebody and then block revival. And that's terrible. So again, what you have to do is get past the first round. I'll go ahead and hit pause, and I'll come back in on the second round. So as I come into the second round, what I like to do if I know I have to manual it, what I'll do is these champions I'm going to beat, and there's no chance for me to lose. What I want to do is reset all my skills down to no cooldown. So I might, when I manual the end of this and set up for a fresh start on round 2, I might go through and kill this champion. Any group you get will probably work. A reviver, an increased defensor, a decrease attack. That's an important one on this one, is putting in decrease attack that I found out. And you can see that was the one that reset Madame Cirrus' skills. So as I come into the second round, you can see I have 2 of these crazy people, and you just don't hit them. That's the technique. Nothing scary. You look at your skills and attacks all enemies. You don't want to use that one. You don't want to use that one. So she can be used once the other characters are dead. But at the beginning, you just want to go in and pick one of these Sky Touch Shamans. Now this ability here removes all buffs. This doesn't attack, so you can put that in there to decrease their defense. I'll go ahead and heal. That way I don't have to deal with that. And then, of course, I can put my bombs on with Astrolith. And the reason I picked Sky Touch Shaman first was because she injures herself. And then you can see I can increase defense and attack one enemy. So I'll go ahead and do that. And that might stun that champion. But I don't want to mess with these 2 champions at all. And the main reason is because even if one of my champions dies, it's not going to really affect the fact that I can revive him with Roglin. I can revive her with Roglin. So it's okay that my characters die because I have a healer. And I'll just run you through this first level. But this is floor 72, and it was just so hard. I think I've been stuck here before, so I might want to do my swap technique. And then you can see over here, attacks all enemies. I don't want to do that one. And it's time consuming, but this might be the way you have to do a few of these floors. And you can see now I can revive her. If nothing else, they just keep attacking her, so I don't have to deal with it. Now this attacks all enemies, so I don't want to use that one. But I'm about to come back around to put him on the decreased defense, decreased attack. And this could be time consuming, but at the same time, floor 80 was definitely worth it. And I'm on the other part of this video, I'll show you. You'll see that it was worth it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit pause till I kill the other two champions. Then I'll show you how I deal with the other two champions. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on pause. Hold on a sec. All right, so I got rid of the other champions. This is where it gets hairy. I'm going to go ahead and attack this back champion first because he has a decreased attack on him. And I'm hoping that my... let's see, I'll go ahead and heal everybody. I haven't unlocked that skill yet, which is helpful. Well, let's just say at least that it's helpful. Not quite ready to... Well, I could try the transfer and see how it changes out. No, it wasn't much of a health swap. I think it's based on percentage versus amount. So that fiery rage, you just saw that kick in. I'm pretty sure that's the one I'm not going to like. So now I have to decide, am I going to take a chance and activate this one? Or am I just going to go ahead and keep trying to get that down? This is where you save yourself, is with that heal, or that decreased defense and decreased attack. There it was. He blocked my revive. So that's a chance you're taking, and it's really hard to stop that. So I'm going to go ahead and just work one at a time. Now he's dead, so now I can start working on the other. So now I can just put it back on auto and let them take over where they go through. And hopefully I won't lose any more champions. Ah, my block. There you go. Turn it off auto because I don't want to, again, activate this gentleman's skill. So I'm going to go ahead and put it back on pause, take care of all the other champions. Again, I'm going to take care of the SkyTouch Shamans first, and then I think that might be Jotun, but I'm not sure. So I'll go ahead and put it on pause, and I'll be right back. So this champion, I luckily just got taken down to pretty much 0. So now I'm going to go ahead and take out that champion. And then I can just put it on auto and beat it out because I don't have to worry about... It's the unkillable that makes this level so hard. And there it goes. But he revived, and I'm going to put it back on auto, and I'm going to target him. And hopefully everything goes good. Maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe that revive is going to get me good. There's a health swap. And he blocked it again. It's too late now. So this one I might have manualed it too soon. So we'll see what happens. There, he's dead. And now my 3 champions that are left will be able to handle this. Now, Roglin, there's a lesser version of her in SkyTouch Shaman. She's got a 3-turn cooldown heal. So if you have SkyTouch Shaman, that'd probably be your best bet. You just don't want to use her AoE hit. I'll go ahead and pause this, and then I'll unpause it once we get to the end of it. All right, so you can see that This team did win. It took me 172. Took a little longer this time, and that's probably because I didn't take out SkyTouch Shaman first. But who knows exactly the reasons why it takes. So what I want to do on that floor selection, I want to show you. Is that 72? So that was Mortu Macabre, and he has this secret ability. Has a 20% chance to open a secret skill, Fiery Rage. And Fiery Rage will ignore shield and block damage buffs and enemies killed by this. So the trick to this one was just getting rid of Mortu Macabre. And after several, this is like my third or fourth month, and I couldn't get past this in the past. But I took the time and I sat down and I tried many different levels, and I got past it. This is the team I could use. Now this champion right here, let's see, Umbral Enchantress. I think she was just the one that I got to, and I was thinking that her skill right here, where she could put the provoke on and the unkillable, so she would protect herself even though she opened that up. But she would put those provokes on, and then they wouldn't use that skill. So that was probably the reason I was thinking about it. And maybe that was why it was better before, because I'd figured that out. But as you can see, this did work, and I went through there and beat it with this team. So that's floor 72. So the next floor that was difficult for me was floor 77. And again, you can just go to your best teams. You can see what you've played in the past. This gentleman is a recent add to me. But I did beat floor 77, and I'll just show you the team that I used. There's no particular. This was a hard floor because it wasn't this floor. This floor was a hard find to get the right team, but the floor before this, round 2, was another very difficult. And just like in floor 72, round 2 was the hardest of the 2 floors. This gentleman, he keeps reviving one of these 2. So basically, you've got to take him out, but he keeps resetting everybody's skills. So it's just difficult. And this is Skullord Vardal, and this is Tyrant Ixelmore. He has I think he resets everybody's skills. No, this is the reset one. He puts the ally protection, and then he puts attacks all enemies and basically puts a HP burn on everybody. So, but floor 2, round 2 was the hard floor on that one. I won't go into it, but as you can see, this was the team that I used for that team. And then, just a sec, hold on. The last floor that I wanted to go over was floor 80, and I'm actually stuck on 81, so I'll even show you 81 or 82. But the last floor that I beat, and this one gets you a Sacred Shard, so it's worth going to floor 80 if you can get here. But you can see I've got SkyTouch Shaman, Madame Cirrus, Arbiter, Roglin, and I can never remember some of these champions' names. Hold on a second. She's actually my regular clan boss team. Sepulchre Sentinel. That's what I thought her name was, but I didn't want to say it. So you can see she's in lower gear. She's my regular clan boss leader. And the reason she's that is because she defenses in all battles. And she's got this really cool ability where she's got a 35, 40, 45, 50% chance to completely block incoming damage. So it's like a one-person block damage. It's a pretty cool ability, and it saved me several times in that. But yeah, so this is my team, and again, I think I've talked about it in the past about SkyTouch Shaman being the best healer in the game, and she cleans, so she cleans all debuffs. She puts on a revive on death. So these other levels are pretty easy, and I have Scarvald, the lizard guy right there that just died. I've got him, and he actually is really good, in my opinion, for faction wars. Faction wars. He was the reason at level 50 with a level 50 of that chump that he just revived. He was able to help me beat level 21 on hard, or excuse me, level 21 on. So what you might have to do is just say, okay, let's kill that guy. Let's not let him live. That can get pretty old. That's the nice feature of this game is you can obviously, if you're at this level, you know it, but go in here and kill these guys. So the trick to this one, and I had to bring back in Skytech Shaman, and it took multiple attacks and organizations, and I used different. I was thinking, oh, high defense, and it did work a lot. But another nice feature, you might have a champion that can do a provoke. It's one of the few bosses where you can put a provoke on him, and very useful, very useful. So all you have to really think about on this one is survive. That's really all it comes down to. Can you survive? So you have to have a reviver, of course. That's practically the most important thing you have to have in here is a reviver. And then this team has 2 healers. And Skytech Shaman, she's basically, every time she gets a turn, she'll heal everybody back all the way to the top. Not a problem. She put that revive on death. And then I always have Roglin to back her up. So the other nice thing about her is the Skytech Shaman is the more damage she takes, honestly, the more healing she does. But he's put it's like a block. Yeah, you can see they're not able to go all the way to the top again. I wonder if that decreased max HP on Skytech Shaman is actually lowering her health too. It's an interesting question. If you can only reduce 50%. Trying to figure out what skill that is. Coldeth the Magma Dragon. Yeah, it looks like there's a limit. She can't reduce the max HP, even though she is reducing it. Can't go below 50%. Or these could have been from a previous level, and I just wasn't paying attention. And as you can see, it's just rinse and repeat. I won't bore you with an entire battle, but I'll put it on pause and I'll show you the very end of it. So hold on a sec. All right, you see we're coming to the end of this. It's 15 minutes, 35 seconds. And that's kind of sad that I got the epic material, but still, the reason you're on the hard side is because you can get large side. Whoa. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that. I must have hit the auto battle start. 15 minutes and 35 seconds is what I did, and I won those 3 parts on that. So This one shows a defeat, but my best time is 15:35, so I guess that was my best time on that last attack. Now, 15 minutes 35 is not a very good farmable situation, but this can be what you do overnight when you're going to sleep. So you just put it on your phone or your laptop or your device, and you could farm overnight these longer ones because you're only going to have 16 keys. Depending on how you did your secret room, you're going to have about 16 keys to be able to do this. So you figure you can do 4 of these an hour approximately. So you'll get it done by the time you wake up in the morning if you get 7 or 8 hours of sleep. The last floor I'll show you, and I'll just show you the build that I was trying to. Actually, that's not the build. The build's right here. So this was the build that I used, Whirlim. These are common, and what I figured out was I needed to add a decreased attack champion, and Maneater is actually in my budget unkillable team, and his crit rate is high enough to always put it on all champions that decreased attack. So I've kind of added Maneater to my team, and then of course increase attack, increase defense, and then these other 3 champions, they're just there for defense and life. And Whirlim Frost King was my first or second legendary champion way back when in a battle pass, the one and only battle pass champion you could get. So you can see that this is the team I'm trying to beat it with. This has nothing to do with it. This is just the standard team that I've been using to go through the whole thing with. But again, here's that team. Whirlim, Roglin, Dragul, Maneater, and Skytouch Shaman. And I've just found that it takes a lot of healing and a lot of revive to get through a lot of these battles. And this one did take some time. And this one, this is the one, Prince Kymar, this is the one I was thinking earlier. This one resets all the cooldown skills. So this was a crazy one to go through because the skills, they just hit me so hard because they kept getting their main abilities. And that's why I have a high defense. He adds 34% to the Doom Tower, but then he adds 10% more to everybody of his own defense. So it's kind of like a 44%. Roglin is one of the best aura defense, aura champions for the Doom Tower. So if you happen to get, not Roglin, Iron Brago. This is Iron Brago. And then, of course, decreased attack. She was an early mistake where she's maxed on my account. I wouldn't recommend maxing her out, booking her and all that stuff, but I did. So you got to put them to use once you do that because legendary tomes are very, very expensive. And for me right now, I'm stuck on floor 82, and I just haven't worked on it. Now, to add to the Doom Tower, one other big tip I have for you, of course, I'm putting these at the end. One other big tip is even if you're at the beginning, and you're over here, I just this week, so this is like the 18th or 20th week of Doom Tower, or 18th day, not week, 18th day of Doom Tower, and I just finished the normal side. And I think I've beaten everything on this side. If you have any questions, just put them down below, and I can talk about what I did to beat a floor. You can go over here. You can see the teams that I used for different floors. I'd be willing to share that information if anybody's interested. But what I was going to say was, no matter what, if it's your first day or you're level 30 or 40, obviously you have to be level 40 to even get in here. So what I recommend is you go to the hard side first. And the reason I say that is because, and you can see there's a lot of secret rooms I'm having difficulty with. I haven't even gotten the first champion on this side. I've only got like 61 or 63 parts. So probably 63. But this is where you want to get to right here. This very first champion, this one right here. There's another magma dragon team that I use against blue magma. This is magic magma. I've been keeping track of all my battles, and I've had to start, because they color-coded changed them, I had to start adding if it's magic or spirit or force, because it changes. So what you might have this what you might have this month, the color might change. So the Nether Spider was magic, and these are the teams that I used on all the hard floors and some of the more difficult floors down here. But I just started recording these. So I put a heart next to this cold heart because I have 2 cold hearts that I've built up to 660. But you want to keep track of this information, and then the next time you go through, like secret room 1, 2, and 3 on the hard side. These are the floors. You can see there's only one floor I had to manual the whole time. But then again, I'll do anything it takes to beat it because the Sacred Shard on floor 80 of hard was worth all that effort, in my opinion. And I might have had, let's see, so going back to the floors, the point I was making here was you can farm this location. So when I go here, I look at my best teams. I can see some of my other teams working with me in my clan, and they've gone through, and these are other ideas for different teams to beat this. And you can see I'm not even the fastest. Oding, I believe, is a better player than I am, even though I've been playing longer. He's researched and gotten some better teams built for some of this stuff. And I'm not exactly going for the fastest. I'm just going for, can I beat it? But the reason I say do this is because then you can farm this side, and the materials you'll get on the hard side are obviously better than you'll get on the other side. So if you can at least get the floor 10 of the hard side, then you can farm and get better material. And if you're ever interested, you can go for the reward info right here, and you can see that the floor 10 Magma Dragon can give you legendary material. And then you cruise on down, and you can see that floor 80 can give me 1 to 3 and 3 to 5, which is better than what I was doing before down here, 1 to 3 and 1 to 1. And you can see how the order changed, and when every 4 floors you get a different champion, and then they change the order so you can go to the floor. I didn't know that either. That's pretty cool. But you want to be able to farm over here to get those legendary materials, because if you can farm and 5 out of 16 floors you get a legendary material, it only takes 5 legendary material to farm in the forge. Farm in the forge the magma cores to get material in the forge. So you can take your 16 or 15 silver keys, and you can farm them all on the first level, and then eventually you'll get to level 20, and that also gives you more time. So if you get stuck on floor 4 and you've used 3 keys, then you jump over here to normal, and then you just reverse it. You just say, okay, well, I might not beat maybe your first day you go to the Magma Dragon so you can farm all your silver keys and have a place for them. But then the second day you'll come back and say, okay, well, I'm gonna go back to hard, and I'm gonna farm those lower floors. Now these secret rooms I wish I could beat, and I'm kind of puzzled why I can't beat this one, but I haven't been recording my secret room, so I might have beaten this in the past, but I didn't record it. So again, I would suggest you record your teams on some form of spreadsheet. Well, I think this video is extremely long. It's probably my longest video yet, and I just wanted to share with you some of the harder floors that I had to deal with on the hard side. And I can go back and start making some videos on the normal side per floor, but I just wanted to make sure everybody could see what was being done on the Doom Tower hard side for all those hard floors up here at the top, because I've been stuck sometimes even on floor 70, but I have never gotten to floor 80. This is the first time I've ever done that. So I just wanted to share that and show you some of the more difficult floors for me, and if they were difficult for you, then hopefully this was helpful. All right, well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Have a good one.